back. It is now tip number 5, 10 tips to success in Hollywood. Wow. If that doesn't get you excited, I give up. I don't know what will. 10 tips to success in Hollywood. How cool is that? Number 5 is all about pitching. It's perfecting your pitch. Because I think that's one of the areas we kind of get sloppy. Sometimes we're pretty good about, the business part, which I've been preaching now for months and months, and we're getting good at it, hopefully. And I think the area that we kind of think, oh, Suzanne, I don't need to practice that because that just comes naturally for me. I promise you, when you're in that situation, it doesn't come so naturally. If you're in that elevator with somebody who you have an opportunity to pitch, you get nervous. If you're at the pitch meeting that you've set up, you get nervous. So a lot of times we're so nervous that what ordinarily would come naturally gets stuck entirely. So I want you to practice a little bit so that you can be more comfortable about the whole thing and feel more confident about it all. And the other thing to remember too, when I'm teaching Flash Forward classes, which I haven't had a chance to do for a lot of years because I've been busy making movies, and I am going to do one this fall, by the way. So check on my website. My website, by the way, is www.suzannelyons.net. So please check that out because there's going to be information on that about the courses coming up this fall, as well as that particular class and some of the other classes. Look under Flash Forward, FLASHFORDWARD, Hollywood.com. Okay, flashforwardhollywood.com will give you all the information on anything that's coming up this fall. I've been very busy and haven't had a chance to teach in quite a few years, actually. So I'm very excited about that. One of the things that I focus a lot on in one of the Flash Forward classes is pitching. And one of the things I always start with is to remind you, or to relax you a wee bit, is that they need you. Your script could be their next Oscar. Your acting performance could be their next Emmy. Your composer, reel could win them a Golden Globe. They need you. And I think we forget that. We get so nervous sometimes about our pitching ourselves or pitching our projects, that we forget that golden rule. They need you. If you could just remember that would probably just dissolve all the nervousness away. So anyways, what I want to say about pitching is just a little bit today, and that is to get some practice into it. If you're pitching a project, for example, or even pitching yourself, either way, do a log line and then do a one-page pitch. So if you're an actor, even sharing about yourself in 1 or 2 sentences, and then a longer version of that, all right? So for example, if it's a project, and I read Blake Snyder's book. My God, it was it's so wonderful. Save the Cat. I've read it a couple of times, actually. He says, a log line is like the cover of a book. A good one makes you want to open it right now to find out what's inside. That's what a log line is. It's something that it's kind of the theme of who you are if you're an actor or a performer or in the service industry at all, in the entertainment industry. And for a producer or for a writer, it's the essence of the screenplay or the book or documentary or whatever. Usually 1 or 2 sentences. Then my other request of you is to look at doing the 1-page kind of a synopsis if you've got a project. And make sure in your log line and in the synopsis, it's the beginning, the middle, and the end is what we want to know. Who's the protagonist? What's the story about? What's the theme? What's that main tone and theme of the movie? Now, if you're pitching yourself as somebody who's providing a service, like, a costume designer or an actor or whatever, that story is you. You are the story. It's what creates you. What's the essence of you? The anecdotes, your background, what's the focusing on what are the most important aspects of you that pertain to you as a composer, for example. So I know that sounds a little difficult. One way to make it a little bit easy is what I do anyways, is I kind of come up with about 5 or 10 highlights of my career and 5 or 10 highlights of my personal life. And then I kind of intertwine them. And that helps me kind of write that 1 page, that 2-minute pitch at least, that, and the value of that is as you're intertwining it, it really creates a great story for why you are the perfect person for the job. Okay, so that's your log line, and that's the story, both for the people with projects and the people who are pitching themselves. And please remember, like I said at the beginning, they need you. So hopefully that will just completely alleviate any nervousness that you might have had when I mentioned the word pitching, because I could actually see you through the camera as you're like tensing up. Oh my God, I have to pitch myself in my projects. So chill, relax, it'll be fine. They need you. Okay, so your homework obviously is to work on your log line, come up with a log line that's no more than 1 or 2 sentences, and a 2-minute pitch, that 1-pager, and then run it by some friends, get some feedback, consistent, whatever is consistent feedback, make the changes, rewrite it, and run it by some friends again. Okay? And that's it. And then I will see you next time for tip number 6 on this 10-tip series on 10 tips to success in Hollywood. Thanks for joining me.